Alright, this is the new tooling package that we received from Little Machine Shop for the CNC. I'll go through it for the uninitiated. We have a 3-inch screwless tool maker's vise. This has settable positions where you can clamp it and use an Allen key to kind of hold your workpiece. There is also a mounting kit to hold to the T-slot rail that will position the vise pretty well. It has threaded things on the end where you could put a work stop piece here to move the workpiece to the same stop every time to get good positioning, where you would get your reference off of the fixed jaw of the vise at 0, 0, 0 to design your tool path. In conjunction with that, there's a nice set of 3-inch parallel bars, which the parallel bars help to elevate a workpiece so that it sticks above the vise and you can freely machine from all sides. They come in 1/8 inch increments from, looks like, half of an inch all the way up to bigger than our vices, so it's a nice set. You also have, I'm actually not sure what these are, but it looks like these are alternative work holding clamps that could work to hold flat stock. I've got to figure out how those are supposed to work. 1, 2, 3 blocks are threaded in every other hole. They have through holes for a bar, so also they're exactly 1 by 2 by 3 inches. So for setup and work holding, these can be great for clamping too. They're also perfectly square, ground, pretty precise. They're just, in general, all-purpose things. They might be a little large for this, but in probably clamp setups, we'll use them more often than in vise setups. We have center drills 1 through 5. And these are pretty self-explanatory. They spot drill holes that actually can locate them before a drill pass would go around, so the drill follows an exact profile. They also have spotting drills that you can buy, but that do the same job in one tool. But these will really get us started. I think there's another set that is with the lathe, but they can be used interchangeably. This guy is actually center and edge finder, a very essential tool for multiple setup workpieces, where this will need to have a collet to go into it, which I'll show in a moment. But there's a spring inside here, and what happens is when you get this spinning, this is exactly 0.2 inches. So when I move it over the workpiece and you get close, you start jogging really slowly, you'll notice that this becomes straight. It becomes, the cylinders become aligned, and then all of a sudden when you move just even a little bit, like 1/1000th of an inch over, out of line, this will jump and make sound. So you'll be able to set your 0 off of any other block and also any other workpiece. This is just the same deal for finding the center of the holes. We have an array of collets. Now, a collet is just a clamp that it's a springy thing. You see, there's this whole thing evenly springs down onto a cylinder. There's a thread in the bottom that the drawbar of the mill connects to, and what that does is this angled taper, it will jam the collet shut around the tool, and friction holds it all together. And this is what clamps onto the tool, like this 1/2 inch 4-foot end mill would fit this 3/8 inch collet. So this is sort of how tools get held. The advantage over Jacob's chuck with these is that it's very precise on center, so you have very little eccentric wobble in the tool. The thing about the Jacobs chuck is it's a bit easier to change tools. We don't have a Jacobs chuck for this yet, but what we would do is buy a Jacobs chuck that has an adapter that can fit into a collet. Or you can get one that has this taper. But I feel right now, what we would do to accommodate drills is just get a drill set that has a common 1/8 inch shaft, or yeah. So we have sizes ranging from 1/8 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch, which more than enough to accommodate our new end mill sets. We have a common shank on all these. So we have a set of 2 fluted end mills and a set of 4 fluted end mills. They each have their sort of best purposes. All of these should be center cutting, but if you're doing a lot of center cutting, meaning drilling down with these, I'd say that the 2 fluted end mills are probably a better choice. If you're doing a lot of side milling, these have the ability to remove metal chips faster and therefore and more efficiently sometimes, though they can clog faster if you're doing center cutting. There's many pros and cons we can discuss at a CNC class. This is just sort of a preview. We have tools ranging from the 1/8 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch in both size flute configurations. Also, it seems that the 4 flute tools have a bit longer cutting edges on it, so for side actually end milling, these would be a better choice for larger stock material. On to the essential but less than glorious to describe clamping set. We have hold down clamps in different sizes, as well as the blocks to offset the clamps. It's better to illustrate this. You also have threaded posts, T-slot nuts that go into the table of the machine, and clamping nuts that have like a flanged washer bit on it that actually distribute the force pretty well. All different sizes of these, all different size workpieces. An example of how this works together is here, where you have the step block here, and you have the clamp. There's a T-slot nut in the table. It's got this shape, and basically this nut and post also go in there and hold it down. You clamp it down with a wrench. That's the basics of our new tools. I hope it's been a good teaser. Right now it looks like July 30th, 2016 is going to be our CNC class, so stay tuned for that. I will post that on Meetup this weekend, and hope to see you all there.